Everybody, this is Mattdoesfitness, and I tried to catch fog yesterday. Missed. Okay, this is my squat highlights from week 3 of cycle 5, and my word, it was another pretty crazy week. If you've been watching my videos for any period of time, you will know that my squats have been coming on really well. It seems to just be an indefinite series of improvements. Like I've been waiting for a long time for my squats to plateau, and touch wood, it doesn't seem to be happening. They seem to keep going up and up and up. So this first session here was my 5 sets of 5. So as you know, I always do 5 sets of 5 for the first session of the week, and then 5 sets of 3 for the second session of the week. I've been doing that for a long time, and I've been getting big gains doing that. So here I'm going for 435 pounds, 197.5 kilos, and I got all 5. And it felt really good. I mean, what I found sometimes, almost because I feel so strong, because I'm so confident, I get a little bit complacent on some of the sets, and they're the ones where I kind of grind a little bit, or I go a little bit too far forwards or whatever, and kind of miss groove. But generally speaking, all of my squat reps at the moment are feeling really good. The weight is feeling comfortable. It's feeling like I've definitely got it there. It's just an awesome feeling. Now from this angle here, what you'll see is a slight kind of form error that I have, which is I've only kind of picked up on it when I changed the camera angle, and also in the new gym where I have the mirror in front of me, has also enabled me to see that. Is that my right knee doesn't come out as wide as my left. So obviously I'm trying to keep my knees nice and wide when I squat, and if you see there, my left one comes out nicely and stays out, my right one doesn't come out quite as far, which initially I thought, I mean, when I saw my squats initially, I thought I was sitting down to one side, but I'm not. I'm sitting down straight. It's just my right knee doesn't come out as far, so it gives the illusion of me being wonky. So I am trying to rectify it, but the issue is because I'm squatting heavy consistently, it's hard obviously to rectify that when you are squatting heavy. So it's one of those things that, you know, in my accessory work, so the front squats and that kind of stuff, I'm obviously trying to sort it out then, and I will at some point put an emphasis on it, like in a cycle, maybe drop the weight a bit and try and do it then. But to be honest, because my squats are going up so well at the moment, I don't really feel the need to change anything. Again, you see there, I'm obviously in a different gym. This is the second training video in my time during my time in St Ives in Cornwall. Again, this is a really good gym. I was very lucky to find this. I mean, what I actually found was down in this area, I mean, obviously ordinarily when you go to a place, you tend to get a lot of commercial type gyms, and you're lucky to find a place where you can, you know, powerlift properly. But down in this area, there seems to be a few of these type of gyms. There's not really that many commercial gyms. I don't know if, I mean, I know there's there's a few rugby clubs down there. I don't know if that's something to do with it, but yeah, I mean, it's quite cool. It makes quite a nice change, because like I said, ordinarily, you are kind of surrounded by commercial gyms, and you're always almost kind of tiptoeing around people, and really, you know, if you want to powerlift, you need to be able to kind of just let loose and kind of go for it. You see from that angle there, my bar path still isn't where it should be. It's one of those weird situations where I'm not doing what I should be doing. Technically, theoretically, biomechanically, the bar should be going down and up in a line with my kind of mid-foot heel kind of area, but I'm not. It goes forwards a bit, but at the moment, I feel stronger doing that, and like I said before, because the weight is going up, I don't see any need to change that. Obviously, like the saying goes, if it ain't broke, that's embarrassing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Although there is a saying that does say, if it ain't break, don't use it to stop your car, but that's not really as catchy. Here I'm doing some front squats, 3 sets of 240 kilos, 309 pounds, nice and light. I did them as pause reps because I wanted to, and also I quite like doing that. Obviously, I'm not doing any pause work outside of those, because my squats, I've got a big old stretch reflex there, so when I can, I'll try and do a little bit of that. Right, accessory work wise, I did some lat pull downs. You would have seen me doing these in that deadlift training video if you saw that earlier in the week. I did 3 sets of 12 of these. I actually the more I use this, the more I like the machine. This machine is quite good. As with the ones in my gym, it is unilateral, so you have the option to do one side at a time if you want, but I'm quite lazy, and I'm all for lifts that you can do both sides at once, because it saves time and it's easier. And then I finished the session with some arm curls using dumbbells, because I haven't done these for a while, because in my new gym there's all kinds of new stuff. I've been kind of making the most of that, and I forgot about the old staple of my arm curl routine, my arm bicep routine, which is obviously dumbbell curls. These were actually quite heavy. I think these were 27.5 kilos, which is, what's that? Let's try and do some maths here. I think it's about 70 pounds, maybe 75 pounds. I don't know. It's fairly heavy. It's I think probably the heaviest I've ever arm curled for any reasonable amount of reps. And that, my friends, was my first session. And now it's the second session. And again, it was insane. You see here, I'm in a different gym. If you saw my collab with Gabriel Say on, it was last Friday I put it up. This is that session. Here's just the kind of lifts from that session. This gym I'm in here is in Maidstone, so it's another new gym, so I'm just kind of doing a world tour of gyms at the moment. And here I went for 5 sets of 3 at 457 pounds, 207.5 kilos, and it was ridiculous. I don't know if it was just obviously having people there and other people filming and people watching and whatever. I just felt stupidly strong. This was the last session, or the last heavy session of the week overall. So ordinarily I'm pretty hammered here. I did feel quite fatigued and tired, but the weight just felt stupidly easy. I mean, the setup wasn't good. You can see there it's ridiculously intimate. There were people all over me. The rack is really tight, and it's also very uncomfortable because the settings were either way too low or slightly too high. So I had to have the bar set slightly too high. So I was almost tiptoeing to get it off and back in the rack. Also, you see there it's very tight. I didn't have much room to sit down. And just to cap it off, the floor felt like it was a little bit slanted, so I was falling forwards a little bit, which obviously with the way I squat is not ideal at all. But yeah, all that said, I felt stupidly strong. I mean, I was doing these for triples. Every single set felt like I could have done at least 5 reps, which at this weight is crazy. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. This is comfortably more than my 1 rep max was only like a couple of months ago. So to be getting it for sets of 3, that, you know, easy sets of 3, like I said, I mean, if on any one of these, I reckon I could have got at least 5 reps, maybe even like 6 or 7, I don't know, but it just felt stupidly strong. At one point, after about 2 or 3 sets, I was genuinely contemplating going for a single, like a PR, because I felt so strong, but I'm going to be sensible and just kind of wait a little bit for that. But yeah, obviously I felt very, very good, and I'm really pleased because my squats just continue to defy logic and continue to rise, which is obviously awesome. The one downside is that it's making my deadlifts look awful. It's embarrassing me in that respect because my squats, I'm pretty sure soon are going to overtake my deadlifts, which obviously sucks and is very embarrassing. But in the long run, when my deadlifts get sorted and I kind of jump up a little bit, then it's going to obviously be good for my total. Now, in terms of, I mean, I did say obviously I was contemplating going for a single, testing it out. I didn't do it in the end, but I think I am going to do that soon enough. I'm thinking that what I will do is, I've got next week's training. I'll probably do my 5 sets of 5, that kind of staple session, and then I might rest for the second session, and in the following week go for a test. That's kind of a provisional plan of mine, because I'm going to run a fairly long cycle. I think I'm going to run like an 8-week training cycle here, so this will be like a mid-cycle test, or it's almost 2 mini cycles, I don't know, however you want to describe it. I probably won't test bench, and I definitely won't test deadlift because there's no point, but squat, I feel like I've got more than I did in my last test. My last test almost wasn't a true test because I kind of messed it up. I did too many singles, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for another one fairly soon, but I will obviously update you on that front, and trust me, if I do it, you'll know about it. Okay, accessory work wise, I did some speed pulls, so 5 sets of 3, right down to 140 kilos, 309 pounds. Here I went back to a very wide sumo with kind of strict form, although I didn't notice at the time, but you see there I'm still a little bit over the bar. I'd like to be back a little bit, but generally speaking my form looks good there, and I think I'm going to carry that into my regular deadlifting now because I'm not happy with how my pulls are going, generally speaking. And I finished the session with some accessory work. I did quite a bit, to be fair. I'm only going to show you this now because if you've already seen the collab video, you've seen it all before, and if you haven't seen that, just go and look at it. It was on last Friday. There's all kinds of bodybuilding action, and that, my friend, was my session, and that was my week. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you tomorrow.